I'm always delighted to be with Saul News. This has been such a leader in the conservative movement and the Republican Party.
Welcome to the Saul's Newsstand News Rewind for August 11th, 2023. Politico reports, the White House plays it cool as Bidenomics struggles to catch on. President Joe Biden is risking a lot on the idea of Bidenomics. After about 2 months in, his efforts to sell his sweeping economic agenda don't appear to be working. Poll numbers show persistent voter skepticism about the state of the economy, and Republicans are working aggressively to take back the term, dubbing it as synonymous with tax hikes and inflation. A CNN poll released this week similarly found that 51% of Americans believe that the economy is in a downturn and getting worse. Nearly 2/3, or 63% of respondents, disapprove of Biden's handling of the economy. The White House acknowledges the gap, blaming it on inflation that it ties to Russia's war in Ukraine and the multi-year pandemic. Administration officials believe that the inflation-infused hangover will clear as people begin to see the drumbeat of positive news from Bidenomics announcements, according to a White House official. The Daily Wire reports, Sununu predicts one of two things will stop Biden from being Democrat nominee. New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu said that he believes Joe Biden will not be the Democrat Party nominee in 2024.
I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen, but I think there's a greater than 50% chance he's not on the ballot come November of 24. And you're going to see two things happen. Either he's going to go through the primary process effectively unchallenged. A year from now, he's going to collect all the delegates. His health is not going to be good. He can always use that as a reason to step out and basically tell all of his delegates to go for somebody else and kind of be the kingmaker. It wouldn't be unheard of for the Democrats to try to manipulate their convention that way. They've done that before. And the other opportunity is somebody comes in this fall. Now, I think if an opponent were to challenge him this fall, it's probably going to be a self-funder. It's probably going to be somebody with a little bit of name ID nationally and maybe even someone who isn't a politician. I don't think any of the Democrat governors are going to stand up and do it this fall. They're probably just hoping to be coronated by Joe and Joe Biden next summer. But I'm predicting probably at least one, if not two people still jump in this fall, challenge him right here in New Hampshire and make a run at it.
Sununu then predicted that the other way Biden could go down in the primaries is that he'll end up getting primaried by a successful businessman.
We'll be here a long time if we're trying to find a fiscally conservative Democrat in this country. On the Republican side, I think we have a lot of options, though. There's no doubt about it. You have the former governor, Chris Christie. You have the current governor, Doug Burgum. You have a lot of folks that understand the pillars of limited government, local control, fiscally responsible, things that we told we were going to get in 2016, didn't quite pan out. Folks that want to create a small, efficient government, not, when they say they're going to drain the swamp, maybe we can get someone that actually does it this time. When they say they're going to be fiscally conservative, they're not going to add $6 trillion onto my kids' debt burden and your kids' debt burden. Folks that actually understand what being a Republican is about. I think it's a lot of great opportunity.
The governor made the comments during an interview on Tuesday. And finally, Just the News reports, Social Security loses billions yearly by failing to implement years-old fix. Members of the House Ways and Means Committee are pressing the Social Security Administration on the failure to implement a service allowing for accurate payroll information. The Bipartisan Budget Act of 2015 authorized the Commissioner of the SSA to enter data exchanges with commercial payroll data providers. This would give the SSA access to payrolls, ensuring that disability and supplemental security insurance benefits could be quickly and accurately given. The SSA manages over $1 trillion in payments to around 70 million people every year. The Office of the Inspector General for the SSA found that in fiscal year 2021, the SSA failed to recover $20 billion in overpayments. This week, we'll let President Joe Biden have the last word.
The Grand Canyon, one of the Earth's 9 wonders of the world. Literally. Think of that. It's amazing.
And that concludes your Saul's Newsstand News Rewind for August 11th, 2023. For more political news faster, visit saulsnews.com.